Hello, 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 human design community. I was just looking, I could, like, for some reason, I thought I spelled communication wrong, which would have been hilarious and also ironic. Okay, so I had a question from Bex about Mercury and communication in the group, and I said I would come and answer it. So here I am. I'm just going to come and tag Bex in this. Bear with. Okay, so Beck's question was basically, got to find it now. Hi Charlotte, how are you, lovely? Come and say hello as you're jumping on, by the way. Let me know you're here and we can open this up and talk about it. But I want to come in and explain it to you. So Beck said, I understand that Mercury is all about communication. So can you give some insight relating to our marketing message? Which is the best to look at, design or personality? So I want to break this down for you. When we're looking at a human design chart, if we go way back, we have to come back to the beginning of human design, how it's created, what it means, right? So your human design chart is created from 2 points in time. It's created from the planetary alignment at the time and place that you were born, and the planetary alignment at the time and place that your soul was incarnated into your body. And so, hey Jade, how are you, lovely? So in that context, we have to remember that there's a part of us that, and I'm going to show you my chart in a minute. There's a part of us that we always knew we were going to be, that we always were here to be. And then there's a part of us which I see as our soul journey in this lifetime. So when we understand we've got these two aspects working within us that come together to create the whole of our chart, that we have this part of us that is conscious and part that is unconscious, then we can start to understand a couple of different things within our chart. We can understand where we see ourselves, where we're more connected with the energy that we see ourselves. And we can also start to understand the way that the world sees us. So as an example, when you look at your profile number, whatever your profile number is, mine's a 5-2, the 5 comes from how you see yourself. The first number comes from what is conscious to you. So generally speaking, whatever your first number is, the energetics of that first number, you're more aware of in yourself. You can see that in yourself more. The second number is what you're unconscious of, but the world sees you in that energy. The world is more likely to see you in that way. So when we're looking at different aspects in our chart and we're bringing it out to look at, okay, how does this translate into business, for example? Obviously, that's what I talk about a lot. How does this translate into business? I want to show you how that looks with some very high-tech screen sharing. Okay, can you see my chart? I wonder if I can do something to... If I do this, oh no, it just makes it smaller. Don't worry too much about all this stuff on the right-hand side, okay? Particularly one energies. Don't get caught up in all that information. We just want to look at the other side for now. So with this, with my chart, this side, this personality side, this is what I am more conscious of in myself. With this left-hand side, with the design side, this is the part where that's the planetary alignment where your soul is incarnated. So this is what's called the unconscious. But when we're talking about unconscious, it doesn't mean that it's not there. It doesn't mean it's not happening. It just means that you're not consciously making that happen. It just naturally is going to happen. For example, the way that you breathe, the way that your body digests food, that is all unconscious. It is going on behind the scenes. And it's the same with your unconscious in your human design as well. So with this energy here, we're really tapping into what we're here to make conscious in this journey. You know, like Carl Jung says, we make our unconscious conscious. Otherwise, we call the whole of our life fate. I've totally butchered that saying, but you know what I mean. So we're here to really tap into this unconsciousness. When we're looking at a certain aspect, so for example, in this instance, we're looking at Mercury. So Mercury is this dude here. Like this is the symbol for Mercury. You can see it on both sides. So you can see that on this side here, on my conscious side, my Mercury is 59. And on my unconscious, my Mercury is 16. Mercury is the planet of communication. So when we're looking at marketing, when we're looking at how we communicate with people, when we're looking at, through the lens of business, your communication style, there are different aspects of your communication style, to be super clear. But when we're looking at Mercury specifically, this is kind of like the vibe. It's how you're naturally communicating. There's two ways that we can look at this. Some people really go into, tap into your conscious Mercury, because that's what you're aware of. That's how you're naturally doing it. And your unconscious is what you're doing behind the scenes anyway. Like, you're doing it without having to think about it. The way that I talk about it, I do talk about the conscious side, because generally speaking, unless you've done a lot of work with your human design, you will be more connected with this energy. So if you are tapping into what is the vibe of this gate, what is the vibe of 59? So you can see 59 is down here. You can see this energy with the 59. You can see that it's connected to the sacral. You can then look a little bit deeper into it. So sacral energy is really juicy. It's really lit up. The 59 energy, very specifically coming from that gate, is all about sensuality. It is all about creating a bond through bringing in intimacy by following this juicy kind of lit up energy. So whenever you see me communicating, I'm always like, oh my God, I'm so excited about this. And I love to lean into intimacy and really build that connection from that perspective. Okay. So that's the way that I can integrate this communication style into the work that I'm doing. Then equally with 16. So 16 is, oh my goodness, where am I going? A million things open. 16 is this gate here that goes from my throat center. So I naturally communicate with this anyway, because it's connected with my throat center, but that wouldn't necessarily be true for everybody. So don't get too caught up in that. 16 is about enthusiasm. It's about really being able to communicate in a way that is enthusiastic, based on the skills that you've had, based on the talent that you've got, based on the mastery that you've created. Okay. So you can see naturally, whenever I'm communicating, you see me communicate a lot. You can see that I'm naturally tapped into, I'm so excited about this. Like, this is so juicy. I'm so enthusiastic about it. This is my talent. This is my skill, blah, blah, blah. All those things, right? So that gets to come through. So when you're looking at your Mercury, when you're looking at the gates that is in, and you can drop below if you want me to give you some guidance about the gates and connect you with the energies. When you're looking at your Mercury, you can really tap into what is the most aligned for me. There doesn't even have to be a right or wrong. It doesn't even have to be like a this or a that. It gets to be whatever is most aligned for you. My conscious Mercury is 64, but it's in an undefined head hanging gate, unconscious hanging gate 3. Yeah, well, that's okay too. You don't have to have the energy in the center, because you've still got the vibe of the gate. If you look at, for example, my life purpose is 7. And what grounds me in my life purpose is 13. They're both here in the G center, and I have this gate undefined. This center undefined. But I still have the energy in these gates. It means that I get to work with the G center in the way that it is, and really tap into the wisdom of the undefined G center, and go all in with these 2 gates, particularly with the life purpose, because it's such a big part of what shines out of you. It's your conscious sun. Think about the sun in the universe. It shines out a lot. That is a big part of what is shining out for you. So when we look at life purpose, this is also kind of like your brand vibe as well. So leaning into that and knowing that you don't have to have the whole energy center, that is where the magic is. The more that you can start to tap into what this means to you, the better. So hopefully, Bex, that answered your question. Otherwise, let me know. To summarize, my interpretation is that you would find it easier to tap into what is in your personality, so what is in your conscious, because what is in your unconscious is already happening anyway. However, check in with both of those energies and really tune into, what am I most connected with? What is it that I find the most resonance with? Where do I find the most resistance even? And be really aware of it from that perspective, and know that this is only one piece of what makes you magnetic when it comes to communication too, in a business perspective. Okay. All right then. If you have questions, let me know. So if you want me to look at the energies in your gates, then let me know, like ask me specifically, because Charlotte, I don't know if you're sharing just to share or if you want me to actually look at it. So if you want me to look at it, then give me, like, say specifically, can you interpret this? Maybe. I don't know, maybe not can you interpret that? It feels weird. But anyway, ask me the question. Okay, if you have any more questions, let me know. Otherwise, yeah, hopefully that answered the question, Max. Okay, you're amazing. I love you. Bye.